Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5 days early access to every Cast Party episode, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord where you can listen along with the cast to every new episode, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try us out for free. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, cast and crew.
Welcome, cast and crew, back to Nocturne, A Curse of Strahd Tale. Betty, pop quiz. Can you finish the rest of my intro for inspiration this episode?
Oh, what do you mean? Wait, like, do the poem? I don't have a poem.
No, not the poem.
My name is Ryan McManus, and you can find me on my socials at rye.mcmanus. And there's another part at the back end of this that I can't remember.
Cast Party socials.
You can find me around the Cast Party socials. Let me introduce you to my cast and crew. First off, we've got Vince. I got like an 80. I got like a C, probably.
It's a passing grade. It's enough for inspiration.
That's all that matters to me. Thank you, sir. Yes, I'll take it.
Vince, take it away.
Hi, I'm Vince Perino. I'm playing Theren, the Man of Hope seeking retribution. You can find me at all my socials at Dr. Stoice. It's like Blastoise without the blah.
We got May.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm playing Zielle, who's here to slay in all meanings of the word. I'm May LaFay on the internet.
May, pop quiz for you.
Oh, no.
Can you name Jose's numbered intro correctly for this episode? If so, I will give you inspiration.
Hold on. Oh, God.
I think I know what it is.
I'm going to get so close. I might know. It's 28.
It is 28.
I knew it.
Do it.
Back for his 28th intro, we have our lovely Jose.
Hi everybody. What a thrill. What a great intro, Ryan. I just wonder what now you have in store for us. Hi everyone, my name's Jose. You can find me on all socials at DMJoseG. And I know I said YouTube. Please believe me, I'm still working on it. It's just, life and stuff. But yes, you will find me on YouTube very, very soon. Thank you very much. And now it is Anna.
I don't think that's true.
No, Betty.
I know I can speak for everybody when we say we are all patiently waiting to see your face upon YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
But for now, we do have Betty.
Hi, everybody. My name is Betty. I play Dahlia, your constellation of melancholia and new mother to a small army of undead people who hopefully will not kill us this episode, although that inspiration makes me suspicious. You can find me at Betty the Beholder on TikTok and Instagram.
And finally, our wonderful Anna.
Hi, I'm the exchange student. I'm Anna Brizzy Voices on the internet. Not Anna Brizzy Voices, but at Brizzy Voices on the internet, mostly Instagram and Twitter and whatever, and YouTube sometimes. I'm playing Esmeralda. She's cool. She's in the book, but now she's me.
Whoa.
And what more could we ask for, honestly? Except for maybe a poem, because it's been a week. Piercing eyes from Strahd's right-hand man backed you down the hall, but not before his conductor hand swayed in the air, causing horrific screams, so you went back to the theater, but it wasn't quite what it seemed. You opened the curtain to find a flooded room beneath, but a quick water walk would keep dry your fresh sneaks. Found it to be the torture chamber, and a few medical journals resided. But as Ez began to read aloud, Dahlia swiftly interrupted. She decided to join the two to help look a bit more, before Ez's quarterstaff hit a rotting face on the floor. We jumped to Theren and Z, filled with sorrow and closure, but there was more to be done, so they gave the crypts a once-over. They found some interesting names, and ultimately, the resting place of the devil, opening a few of these stone doors, though struggling when not together. They found a man named Escher, an instrument case, and a peculiar letter, as well as heaps of gems, a spike pit, and a flying contraption of a glider. Theren and Z took their haul and made their way back to the ball, before jumping back to the others, speaking with these undead thralls. Dahlia felt sympathy for the zombies. After all, that could have been her. She finally asked if they wanted revenge, and the zombies gave a reassuring grr. Gulp. Though not knowing how to get them out of this room, Dahlia conversed with her crew. And a slight misunderstanding, so spells and fists, she threw. JK. She told them to wait. They went back through the dungeon before hearing a faint, "Hey." As you walk through this door leading into the dungeon hall, you ascend a slight bit of stairs before getting to a longer hallway. This hallway leads down about 30 feet. Where you stand now is not flooded. 20 feet ahead, there is a large, heavy iron door at the end of this hallway. About midway down the hall, on either side are small, dark alcoves that lead both north and south. Let's do perception checks from everybody as you enter through the door.
6.
24.
23.
You can tell as you enter through this door, your ears perk up at the sound of a man's voice. The sound of a younger man. Sounds faint, though it seems like this voice would be bouncing around and coming from the southern portion of the hall. Dahlia, with your perception check, especially as you open through this door and you begin ascending the steps, things become more apparent to you that this is indeed the dungeons. This is where they kept you for your time in the castle, and you are drawn towards the north end.
How was the voice emoting when they said something? And what do they sound like their emotional state was?
Let's do an insight check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
It sounded scared, surprised, and almost like it was being spoken through chattering teeth.
Hello?
You heard it too.
Who is there?
Down here!
Where? It's so echoey.
I don't know, just follow!
I'm stepping forward to the intersection.
As you would step forward, you would be able to tell, now that you are deeper into the hallway and at this intersection between the north and south version of this dungeon, this is coming from the south side.
Are the doors see-throughable?
Yes, leading into these dungeons, there are no doors at the moment.
Oh.
They are open and lead downwards into a pool of black water. You can see it mirrored across the surface. Give me an investigation check while you're standing at the intersection as well.
14.
Though these alcoves and you can assume to be these dungeon areas are dark, you can tell there is a faint bit of light protruding from the water coming from the north end.
A room to the north?
Yes, the dungeon in the north end. Beneath the water, there is some sort of light that is being projected.
Okay, well, I'm bringing my attention to the south. There's someone here. Maybe we can help.
It could be a trick, and if perhaps it is somebody looking for some assistance. We're already so deep in.
That's right. I chug a potion of healing.
Understandable.
Dahlia is just gonna kind of follow behind quietly, reliving her worst memories.
Dahlia, it's kind of a relieving feeling as you enter the dungeon and see Esmeralda go towards the south end instead. Almost like you're walking away from something that you know is looming.
I'm going in.
As you enter, you see a mold-covered ceiling, hangs about 3 feet above the still black water in this dungeon corridor. The water is 5 feet deep, 10 feet square cells. Their entrances blocked by iron bars line both sides of this dungeon hall. And from the very back cell, you just hear a man splashing in the water. Who's there, please? Anything. Food, please.
I'm coming. My name is Esmeralda.
Oh, Emil. It's good to meet you, Esmeralda.
I'm gonna walk up to his cell.
Following closely behind.
I'm just following at the rear.
Esmeralda, looking through these bars, you see a strong young man with dark skin. He has a bald head, a slight thin goatee, very masculine facial features. He is clutching the bar of his cell while he's struggling to keep his teeth from chattering. You can see his clothes are shredded and he is soaked from head to toe.
I'm assuming it's locked. I want to try to pick the lock.
How would you like to open the door?
I've got thieves' tools.
Lovely.
That's only an 11.
An 11 is going to do it.
Woo!
As you are reaching in, you find that perfect key point snap it open. It is a bit tricky to open the door through this 5 feet of water, though as you do, you almost have to catch Emil as he stumbles out. You can see his strength is not what it should be given his build, though he nearly falls into your arms.
I'm going to look for like rations and water skin and stuff. Give him a little something.
I'm sure you would have some sort of water skin or at least appetizers stuffed away in your bag from upstairs. And as you hand it over, he inhales it. I can't thank you enough. I don't know if I feel safe leaving, but is there anywhere dry at least?
Yeah. We know somewhere dry.
And you don't want to leave?
I don't know what happens if I leave.
How did you get here?
I wandered away in a thunderstorm, chased by direwolves. I happened upon the castle, and he said I could come in, wait out the storm, and one thing led to another, offered me refuge, and here I am. I don't think I did anything wrong, but who knows?
How many others were in the cells with you? Or has it just been you?
It's only been, 2 weeks, maybe more. I've seen a couple cycle through. Not a lot.
I think we can get you out.
If you can get me back to Vallaki, that's all I can ask for.
You're originally from Vallaki.
Yes, resident, born and raised.
Do I know him, Ryan?
Give me a history check.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh, buddy. You swear you've seen him in passing? Though he might just live in another district. There's a slight hint of remembrance there.
All right, Emil.
I just kind of assist him a bit. Maybe grab him by the scruff of his clothing and just kind of like help him not have to worry about it. And I'll reach the part where he's able to like get on at least some proper footing.
As you drag Emil back to the hallway, it is enough for him to be able to sit down, catch his breath, and start to dry off. His clothes are dripping.
I cast Prestidigitation.
In a flash, Esmeralda, his clothes almost look like they wring themselves out as the water disperses back amongst the dungeon floor. Oh, I haven't felt warmth like this in... I can't remember. Thank you.
What do you know of the layout of this castle?
Only that I fucking hate going that way, as he points towards the torture chamber door. And that way is where I was brought down from the main hall, as he points to the east end. It's a spiral staircase. It'll take you right back up.
It goes right back to the main hall.
Entryway, yeah?
That's perfect. We can get you right out.
No one's gonna be watching.
We can take care of that.
Consider us your water walking miracle group.
I'm gonna put my hand on Emil's shoulder and I'm just gonna say, we're gonna get you out. And I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on him. Just first level, just a little guy.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, 8 on a D8. Heck yeah. 12 points of healing for our friend Emil. Ooh.
Oh, he is loving that. I can tell you that for sure. Even that added bit of healing warmth through your very cold touch, Dahlia, is enough to perk him up and give him that rejuvenated feeling that he needs.
Question, Mr. DM.
Mm-hmm.
When we arrived for the ball, did they like open the door every time to let people in? Or is it like open and they're standing next to it? You know what I mean?
They were just allowing people in through a open door, though it's been a while since you have gone through the entryway. You aren't sure if that's still the case for any late arrivers or if they might have closed up shop.
No one else is here? No one's on the north end? I look towards the other side.
I'm unsure.
Can you guys give me like 2 minutes? And I'm gonna go that way. I think that's where he kept me. And I just want to see it.
Of course, Dahlia. Do you wish for us to follow, or do you want this to be a moment to yourself?
Just keep an eye out for me.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you both. We're gonna get you out, Emil.
Thank you.
Turn on my heel and start down that way.
As you walk towards the north dungeon, You walk in, the corridor is 40 feet long, Dahlia. Branching off of it are 8 cells, just like the southern side, 4 along each wall. And you can see light spilling out of the cell directly to your right. Though even though you see this light protruding from underneath the water itself, this still isn't the cell that you are drawn to. You find yourself wanting to go deeper.
I'll go deeper. I'll do a first pass, and I'll go all the way to the end, still making sure I'm an eye shot, but just kind of taking inventory of every cell.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you walk down the aisle of this cell block.
Dirty 20.
As you begin to walk down, even through this mirrored glass of a water surface, you can see beneath you in the cell immediately to your right, you can see what looks like a blade underneath the water, sitting in the first cell on the right. As you begin to walk further, a lot of these cells are empty. You spot a rotting corpse in one of them that is clinging and huddled over the bars, as if it's still floating in the minor waves that you make walking through, until you get to the third cell on the right. And this cell is empty. Though Dahlia, it's instinctual for you to reach for the door and open it. You can see a small bit of light from the sword is bouncing off the water and illuminating the cell block slightly. And as you walk in, all throughout the stonework of the inside of this cell are carvings. Constellations cover every inch of the walls, the ceiling. Like someone took a picture of the night sky itself and plastered it across the walls.
Dahlia is going to step inside the cell. I don't think she has literally any thoughts going through her head. Everything that she has to unpack about this, she was in here for so long and has already kind of done that. It's like kind of like visiting your childhood home. I could mourn for this, but what his past is past and I can't change any of it. She'll walk to the window, look out the window, and then look back to the carvings and remember how many times she had to look out that window and fight tears, seeing no stars. So she had to kind of make her own. And she'll crouch down and put her hand in the water, feel on the floor. There are just like lines scratched into the ground from where she'd carved tally marks for how many days she'd been in there. And if there was no water, you could see the floor was just covered in tally marks. And then she's going to look back to where the light is coming from. Dahlia takes her hand out of the water, cups it in her hands, almost like she's baptizing herself. She's going to just sink to her knees in the water, take the water she has cupped in her hand, and just kind of dump it on her head. This is the first thing I think that has felt cold to Dahlia in a really long time. And that is enough for her. Despite how cold she is, this place was always colder. She will rise, exit the cell, shut the door behind her, and I'm gonna go toward that first cell, feeling the water kind of drip between her fingers as she does.
Leaving that cell behind is shocking yet therapeutic, especially the water rinsing down you. It's almost like you jumped into an ice bath. The shock makes you think back to the times you were sitting across the floor, tapping away, just patiently waiting for time to go by until something was to happen. You could almost hear Vasili's voice echoing through your head, just the chats you would have on the floor together. You could hear the screams from the torture chamber, knowing that it was only a matter of time until you were brought back there again too. But leaving it behind is relieving. And as you walk towards that first cell, how are you getting in? You found that your cell was wide open. However, this one seems to be locked.
Ah, beans. I'm just gonna cross all the way back to the group, turning to Esmeralda. Thank you for that. I believe something of incredible value is in this cell, but it's locked. I saw you unlock Emil's cell, and I'm wondering if you could do the same.
Sure, yeah, I can try. I will come in and try to pick it.
I'll give you guidance since I asked you.
Bless. Just enough to give me exactly the same. 11.
That will do it. Esmeralda, just similarly to Emil's, practice makes perfect. It's the second time you're doing this. Same lock, same cell. Flick it right open with ease. And even you see the faint glowing of a blade on the very bottom of this water.
What is that?
I don't know, but it looks like it could help, right?
I'm gonna reach out and poke it with my quarterstaff first.
Ooh, as you poke it, Esmeralda, all throughout your body and your nervous system, the emotion of scared yet curious washes over you.
Okay, this is not just a glowing sword.
I might have something that can figure out what it is. I guess today's the day of trying new things. Oh, but for detect magic, do I have to touch it? No, I don't. 30 feet, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
As you cast detect magic, I'm gonna say this, and if I'm wrong, roast me in the comments. You get a sense of transmutation magic from the sword.
Oh. It seems like it can turn something into something else. Like it can change things somehow?
Transmutation?
Yes, that one.
Oh, that's not what swords normally do. Well, it did change my emotion when I poked it with my stick. So maybe that is it. It is the changing of emotions. I could identify it particularly, but I would have to hold it for a minute. It's fine. I grab it and pull it up.
As you grab it, Esmeralda, you feel the emotion of relief wash over you and gratefulness.
Whoa. Oh, this is much better. Okay. Interesting.
How do you feel?
I'm just so relieved and grateful. Like, I thought this was going to curse me, and now I feel fine.
Good. That's good, right?
Yeah, do we have a minute to spare? I could figure out what the deal is with this thing before we go upstairs.
Hurry up and wait.
I'm going to bring it up to a more dry area. Just kind of lay it on the floor and, like, sprinkle some herbs and stuff and trace some runes around it for about a minute. And cast Identify.
As you wait it out and cast Identify, while the spell is waiting to cast, I would love to know, just backing up a little bit in time, Alizzato, are you talking to Emil about anything as Dahlia and Esmeralda dive into the North Dungeon?
You a fan of rats, Emil?
I hate rats.
And then I'll just kind of like reach into like one of my pockets in my outfit and I'll kind of go,
I think I might have some fairly old pie residue and crumbs if you want some.
Wait. Only a few people make pie in all of Barovia.
Right. It's from home. I'm from Valakia as well.
Oh. So you must have run into like the traveling old woman then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you know, I never really bought one of the pies. I've been just wandering about too much and money's a little hard to come by.
Doing yourself a disservice, lad. Here, have some.
put out my hand and it is just like crumbs and dried up pieces of pie. And I leave in between that I just kind of like pick out with my fingers. I'm like, pardon me. Sorry about that.
He goes in and with 2 fingers, he's trying to pick out the bigger pieces so he doesn't have to like scrape the pie off your hand. Man, this is actually delightful.
Yeah, we know. Hey, Emil.
Yeah.
You just had Strahd take you in. You were lost, seeking shelter, and he just trapped you here.
Well, I mean, you know that wolves bathe every inch of these forests out here.
Oh no, of course. I'm more so trying to understand you. I cannot shake the feeling of distance. It's been some time since I was here, but I'm sorry for what you're possibly going through. You're in good hands. We have the rest of our group here amongst the castle, and we will meet up with them shortly.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Are we going up now?
No, I think Dahlia's having a moment. Let her just have this moment.
Okay.
Dahlia's that one right there.
Got it.
And then when Dahlia comes up, I was gonna say I would like to not necessarily like say something to her immediately, but kind of do that thing where like I somewhat approach her.
I guess some things are not eternal. How are you doing?
I don't know. Which sounds crazy. It's like childhood memories where it's bittersweet to look back on. But I think we may have found something useful. Esmeralda's gonna figure out what it is.
Esmeralda, this is a +1 short sword. It has hearing and normal vision, a range of 120 feet.
Wow.
It communicates by transmitting emotion to the creature carrying or wielding it. The sword continuously sheds light, bright light, in a 15-foot radius, which you can definitely tell as you begin to lift it out of the water, and dim light for an additional 15 feet. The sword's wielder can use the sword to cast the Crusader's Mantle spell, though only once until the next dawn.
And for chat, Ryan, do we know what Crusader's Mantle spell is?
I would love to tell you. Holy power radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius, Esmeralda, awakening boldness in friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature in the aura deals an additional 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with a weapon.
Ooh. How are you with the sword, Emil?
Fair enough. You can see he is patiently rocking back and forth. He's getting a little antsy. You can tell he's tapping his foot repeatedly and almost like scratching at his fingers.
I would say, I know this was more of like a you call. I'm not gonna straight up ask for an insight check, but can I perceive anything with a passive insight?
Absolutely.
Like, is he like looking at a specific room, like stuff like that? My passive insight is 14.
Alizzato, you can tell that since you've been in the hallway with Emil, it has been trying to avoid questions. He has gotten a little antsy. He does not want to be here right now. He does not want to be here, or maybe even with you all right now.
Well, come on then, lad. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
Can I ask the sword? I'm going to try to talk to the sword mentally. I don't know if it will work, but I'm going to try to mentally ask the sword, can you hear me?
The emotion of acceptance and reassurance washes over you.
Can you dim your light?
Disappointment comes over you. You almost can't help but force a frown.
And I assume it does not get dimmer.
It does not.
Okay, we shall have to find a name for you eventually. I'm going to, for now, holster it under my swishy skirt. We will go up the stairs.
Yeah.
You will not be seen, and we will do what we can to get you out.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast invisibility on him.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay. You two watch as Esmeralda goes down, and with a single poke,
Boop to the nose.
Emil disappears out of sight, though you can see a splash or two, as you can assume his handprints hit the floor in the small puddles to bring himself to his feet. After you, I guess.
All right, upstairs.
As you guys begin to open this door, this one is much heavier than the one leading to the torture chamber. This one, you almost have to use two people to open it simultaneously. One, to get it through the waiting water at the bottom of the stairs, but also this door seems twice as thick, if not more, than the doors leading up to the torture chamber. Though as you open through, just like Emil said, it comes to a spiral staircase. You all find yourself ascending to the main floor. You step foot on tile once more, and ahead of you, you know to be the dining hall, leading towards the main entrance where you all came in. This is the first time you've been above ground in quite a while. You can hear the music still bumping throughout the halls down here on the main floor.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on all of us. Dry the clothes, get rid of the yuckiness.
Making sure you are presentable for the guests and your gracious host, we are going to move to Theren and Zielle. Theren and Zielle, you both were just residing in the crypts, and you climbed the only way out that you knew, back up to the castle chapel.
Which found Strahd's coffin and some other stuff, and I'm in pain and bloody and thrashed, so...
My goal is to find the rest of the group now, too, with you, so I'm following right behind you.
Whatever the, main room is outside of the Masquerade, I would stop there. I wouldn't go straight into the ballroom. I guess once we get to the main entrance, Zielle would stop. What if you just went and checked if they're in there? I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'll be right here.
You're gonna hold all of this yourself.
I didn't say I was gonna hold it.
So you want me to walk in there with all of this?
No, I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna get caught with it. But I also feel like walking in with this stolen armor and my own blood all over my body and being alive when Strahd thought he killed me is maybe a no.
Theren is going to just drop everything on the ground where he is, rub his fingers over his eyebrows a little bit, and start walking up the stairs.
As you walk up these stairs leading towards the Masquerade, the first time we have been in the Masquerade Hall for quite some time. It is just about the peak of the night. Everyone is still lively, dancing. Food is going around, though this time a little more than just appetizers. You can see people are standing at these standing tables, actually enjoying somewhat of a smallish meal. Not enough to get them too full, so they can still continue to enjoy the festivities throughout the rest of the night. And Theren, while you're up here, why don't you give me an investigation check, as you are now swarmed with a sea of people in front of you.
15.
As you begin to walk through the dance hall, you're going along the outskirts, trying to find people that you know, faces that you recognize amongst the hubbub in the center of the dance floor. No faces come to mind until along the outskirts, you spot a man. The outfit, more so, is what catches your eye than his face, given his very small mask that only barely covers his eyes, his long, dirty blonde hair about shoulder length. Though you've seen this man wearing this same outfit before, it seems he did not care to dress up for this occasion. A white button-up shirt, though this time fully buttoned, sleeves rolled up to the elbows, and suspenders that go up and around down to his black trousers. You spot Ismark from the village of Barovia, Irina's brother.
I'm gonna beeline it right to him. What are you doing here?
Interesting way to greet a guest. I got invited. Who are you?
It's Theren.
I can't recall.
I helped your sister.
Oh, shit! Yes!
All of us.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Tanis, Zielle.
Yes.
Yes. How the fuck is Irina?
Except there's just two now.
Irina better be one of them.
Irina is fine. We've watched over her.
You have. You really have.
She's safe.
Oh.
She's fine. That I can promise you.
Well, that was worth the invitation here the whole time. That's, I really had too much fun. I'll be totally honest with you. I kind of just accepted this because I thought if I didn't, I would die. And thank you. Holy shit. Coming here, getting that news is really all I needed.
Is that why you came here?
No, I came here because I thought I'd die if I didn't. An invitation showed up at my dad's house, and I figured if I didn't show, being the brother of Strahd's love interest, and might not have worked out. I didn't want to visit at my doorstep again. The attacks on the manor have all but halted since Irina left. We've kind of had some peace and been able to rebuild the village for a bit.
Listen, I'm going to pull him closer and start to whisper a little bit, not to be as loud. You've shown face. Get out while you can. Things aren't going to be good here soon, and I don't want you caught in this.
Okay.
You won't want to be here.
That sounds like an ominous warning.
It is.
Noted. Is anyone else here? Did anyone else make it?
Zielle is here. Irina's not.
Okay.
Zielle is just down the stairs. I'm looking for the rest of our group. We've met some others along the way. Somehow.
Allies are never a bad thing. Well, can I see Zielle?
Yes, follow me. Just don't make a scene.
As a scruff of his shirt is dragged across the dance floor, you make your way down the steps and towards the main hall. Zielle, what you doing down there at the bottom?
I was just pacing. But when I hear steps coming down the stairs, I think I'd like kind of go to my little corner and like turn, like I'm looking at the tapestry or the art or just the architecture, and like turn so my bloody vampire bit inside is like facing away from anyone who walks in.
Zielle, I found a friend.
You have those?
As you turn, that sassy remark coming out, Eastmark immediately knows it to be Zielle. As he rushes up and embraces you tightly, pulls you away and grabs your shoulders. You saved her. Tell me you did.
Of course. I promised. We promised.
You did. It's hard to have faith in someone, especially these days, and the fact that you actually pulled through is a miracle to say the least. I owe you everything.
Hold your horses. I feel like we've still got a long way to go.
Well, the fact that she's safe is enough for me. I'm surprised to find you guys here. And I'm sorry about your lost compatriots.
Yeah. We just have more reasons to stop him now, don't we?
I'll say. It is a bit of a bummer that I won't get to share that drink with Tanis to celebrate the sunrise, but I'm sure you two will make it out, right?
She kind of like grimaces at Theren.
We all will. As soon as you leave first.
Yeah, you should get out of here. We're trying to do the same.
So early? It's just about to hit the top of the hour. Can I at least, enjoy a drink with you all? I haven't seen friends in so long.
I'm gonna, step back, and I don't know if he didn't notice when he was hugging me or what, but I'm just gonna be the blood everywhere?
That's not part of a costume.
No.
As he begins to look down at his own shirt, now with slight residue stains.
Sorry about that.
I was gonna commend you for a great job.
Yeah, I really committed to the bit. No, we're trying to gather the rest of our friends, and we're trying to get out. We've shown face. Don't need to make any more of a scene.
Strahd hasn't even shown up yet.
He has. He has shown up several times, in fact.
It's hard to miss the host at his own party. I must have been getting a drink or something.
Why, did you want to have a chat with him?
Well, no, but you hear stories about this ominous looming power, and to see a side of him celebrating, joyous and festive, it's just a sight I wanted to witness.
There is no light where Strahd is concerned. Only darkness.
I suppose you're right. Well, if I'm going to head back out into the rain, I am going to steal one more glass of wine.
Fair enough.
If you choose to join me, that is up to you. I don't have a fancy carriage. I'll be traveling on horseback. And through the rain, that doesn't sound fun, so something to warm the blood. Not a bad idea. And again, I cannot thank you enough, as he grasps one hand on each of your shoulders. Thank you. I sincerely mean this from the bottom of my heart. For my entire life, I have not put her safety in anyone's hands other than my own. And knowing that I was about to fail broke me. And knowing you came along to do what I couldn't makes me feel a bit less of a man, but joyous and happy, knowing that she's safe after all.
Soul of an innocent does not belong in the grasp of the devil himself. We'll keep her safe.
I'd cheers you, but my drink's upstairs.
We'll see you soon.
And what do you plan on doing? You're going to wander the castle.
First, we're going to find the rest of our group. And then, I suppose we'll find from there.
They went off into the castle. You chose some brave motherfuckers to join up with.
If that's what you want to call them.
All right, I'll save you a drink. If not, I'll down him myself.
That's the spirit.
bow before waltzing back upstairs, leaving the two of you alone in the entry hall.
No sign of him?
Not that I could see. Ran right to him when I saw. I didn't see anybody else.
I swear, the way his family just walks into death traps. I don't know how we managed to keep either of them alive.
Yeah.
But then I guess who am I to talk, right?
Right. So what are we doing now? Do we stay here? Do we go up?
You have all this stuff.
I can hide it away. I can put it somewhere. It will be useful.
Okay.
We should keep it.
As long as we get to keep our lives too.
The exit to the building is just behind us, correct, Ryan?
It is directly to your west. You can almost smell the fresh air and the rain through the closed doors.
They're closed, okay.
Oh.
I am going to pick up all the goodies that I collected. I want to bring them all to the door and try to open it.
Easy enough. As you open the door, you grab the large ring that hoists these castle doors inward. And the torrential downpour and the wind nearly slams the door open as you begin to go for the exit. No one is outside. There are a couple carriages. Though the one thing you do notice, Theren, the drawbridge leading you to the castle is hoisted high.
Well, that's a problem. I suppose we'll solve that when we get to it. Zielle?
Mm-hmm.
First off, can you help me keep these dry as I try to just find a spot to put all of it outside, like under cover somehow?
I already look like this. I'm not gonna get wet too.
It'll wash you off. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
I don't know if there's any coverage that I could just put the stuff out at the front door.
Is there like a planter?
Try to tuck it away. Yeah, like a planter or something.
Is there a
I could
planter
just,
where we can hide a flying device and some other things?
and a musket and bullets
Hide a
and
gun.
The map does not display these, though the entryway to the castle is quite grand. There is a large marble fountain. There is a slight courtyard with bushes, flowers, planters of all sorts of different plants and trees. You would be able to find something.
putting it aside, trying to give it a little bit of coverage, not spending a ton of time, making it quick.
Dumbing it behind a planter, you can see the faint wings of the dragon glider poking out. The musket, the butt of it is fallen straight on the floor, but, you know, the rain covers a lot.
As I leave it all there, I start leading Zielle back inside quickly to keep her out of the rain. Before I shut the doors, I just point at the drawbridge.
Oh. What's the worst you can do? Kill us?
I suppose that would be, yeah. I just walk back inside.
I'm coping with humor.
You all walk back upstairs, and the first thing you see is Ismark bugging a server for another drink, as well as two others. His hands are full as he tries to procure a standing table. He sets them all down, and looking away from you all and the dance floor, just out this main window in the Masquerade, he begins to sip.
Okay, wait. I don't want to be like in the middle of the dance floor. I'm trying to stay on the outside. I'm gonna go like by the door where they left, I guess. I'm just gonna surveil the room.
Why don't you guys give me investigation checks now that you are back in the main hall?
Ooh, that's a lovely 4.
Can I do like a perception check?
Sure, I'll let you do general perception.
Okay, cool. 13.
You do not see your friends. You do not see Strahd. Though with the music blaring throughout the Masquerade Hall, Zielle, you notice another similar figure to you. She is donning a dark purple dress with these raven feathers around her waist that seem to make this very long, flowing skirt that adds an extra layer to her normal dress underneath. It is very low-cut, black, sleek dress with a, similar to the staff, as if she didn't understand the dress code, a similar raven's mask. Though this one only has the right side of the mask covered in raven's feathers pluming outward. She has her hair done up, but the one thing that you notice is a similar choker. It is a tight black choker with a purple circular gem in the front. You've seen this gem and this choker quite a few times ordering drinks at the Blue Water Inn. the bartender, Danica.
Danica, why? What's her demeanor? Like, what is she doing? Is she dancing? Is she?
She is not particularly dancing. She has a slight sway to her as she is sipping a drink, though not full out on the dance floor like the other patrons are. And Zielle, can you give me a history check?
Ooh, I rolled a 15.
Would you mind reading the letter you grabbed last session?
Oh my God!
If you would like to read it out loud, please feel free. It is related to Danica, so I just wanted to spark your memory, and with a 15 history, you would have recognized the name.
Yeah. The letter is signed from Danica. Theren's right next to me, right?
Yeah.
Hey, will you get Danica's attention? Subtly.
Danica,
Right there. The bartender.
what is she doing here now? Why is everyone here?
There's no one who isn't here at this point.
Fine, I'll get her. I just go over and grab her by the wrist and pull her over.
Ooh.
Theren, I said subtly!
What is your armor class without your armor?
I just grab this woman.
12.
Ooh, Theren, you are going to take 3 piercing damage. As this drink, the second this wrist is grabbed, she swings with her opposite arm and shatters this drink across your face. Holding the broken glass up to you, don't you ever put your hands on me.
Ouch. Danica, it's Theren.
I know exactly who you are, Sweet Pea.
We need you. Please.
Second I laid eyes on you, I knew you'd be trouble. You proved that at the bar and you proved that here. Why?
I am helping Zielle. She needed you.
Other patrons begin to walk up and are trying to break up this fight, and they are beginning to push you away. Theren, they are also getting in your face as one of the more muscular men begin to come up. I'm gonna need you to back off the lady,
No.
sir.
No. Zielle's come over at that point. Sorry. He just gets excited easily. We're gonna go over there. Let's go.
It takes you a moment to pull me away, but you do.
And I'm gonna message Danica and say, Danica, please, just a moment.
Get him away and I'll be there.
Done. Theren, will you go talk to Eastmark? Maybe that drink will help.
I just talked to him.
Yeah, but he's got a drink for you.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna talk to Danica really quick.
And then what?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to leave this room.
I'll be over there, and I'll be watching.
Okay, great. Shoo,
Great.
go on.
You can see as you look away back towards Danica, she is apologizing profusely to the staff as one has come over with a small broom and is sweeping up the broken glass and peers in your direction, Zielle, seeing that you are now alone. As she crosses the dance floor, coming to you. Zielle?
Danica, lovely to see you here.
Oh, I wish I could say the same to you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You keep some interesting company.
Listen, I can't control what the men do.
Why do you need me?
Why are you here, if you don't mind my asking?
I fear it's the same reason that everyone's here. If we don't show up, we don't know what the consequences are. Might as well show up and have a good time.
Yeah, great time.
Have you not been enjoying yourself?
No, I haven't. I am just going to pull the letter out and hand it to her. I can read it if you think now would be a good time for me to read it for the listeners.
Please, yeah.
This is the letter that we found that Theren couldn't read. My dearest Escher, as your performances carry you across Barovia, my heart grows weary, unable to hear your wondrous songs. Though I must remain in Valaki, let not this drive a wedge in our love. Every day you find yourself able, I implore you, play this viola and think of me. Sing me a song and tell me of your travels and your well-being. Your honeyed voice will summon a raven that will carry your song to me no matter where in Barovia your performances bring you. This, I'm confident, will steady my heart enough to survive till you return to my arms once more. Take this piece of me with you. I hope my secret is safe amongst your lips. With love, your dark feather, Danica.
As she reads the letter, she begins to get a little flustered in the face. Oh, Asher. That was some time ago. What a sweetheart.
Heard he was the most beautiful man in the valley.
Oh, I'll say. He had my heart all sorts of tied up. More of a late teens fling. Before I met Erwin and Valaki. I haven't heard his song in quite a while. I wonder what happened to him.
I fear he plays no more.
You know, I figured as much when they became more distant, less frequent. Can I keep this?
Of course.
Weirdly enough, it smells like him.
If I should find any other token of his, I'll let you know.
Be much appreciated.
And yes, keep this letter as an apology for my gruff friends.
And you were the only one I liked, Zielle.
Oh, stop it.
Well, you are hanging around with Alizzato. He can be crass sometimes. But I still love him. Dirty bastard.
I'll introduce you to my friend Dahlia. She's delightful.
I look forward to meeting her. Are you staying long?
I hope not.
I don't find myself dancing with someone much these days. So if you ever want to hit the dance floor, I'll be over there. I'll have a drink waiting for you.
Thanks. I might have gotten my fill of dancing for the night, but I'll let you know. Or maybe I can send a friend your way.
Sounds lovely. As Danica begins to fade off into the outskirts of the crowd, Theren, you find yourself over at the table with Eastmark in a very awkward silence as the two of you begin to drink together. As DJ Ravenloft from above begins to halt the current song, everyone goes silent in the room and begin to turn towards the staircase leading up to the Masquerade. And you see ascending the main stairs, garnering the eyes and attention as the music shifts to a softer yet somewhat darker piece. You see a tall man in a long, tattered, deep red cloak that's draped over one shoulder. His dark leather vest underneath is a mix of red and blacks, featuring intricate detailing and a layering design, adorned with elegant patterns, all sorts of buckles and straps, and a red ruffled undershirt peeking out from the chest. You see these black, claw-like gloves with sharp, pointed details run down his forearms, as the sleeves are ruffled underneath. You see dark, fitted leather pants with raven feathers flowing out the top of his thigh-high boots, and his stark widow's peak clearly visible as he wears a simple black half mask covering only his right eye, as he smiles joyfully with glistening and glinting fangs at a woman ascending the stairs holding onto his arm delicately. She ascends the stairs with an air of grace and royalty. Her gown is a flowing masterpiece of deep crimson and black with a high-low hemline that trails behind her like a shadow. The bodice is fitted, crafted from black lace that transitions into a deep red velvet, adorned with intricate embroidery of raven feathers and delicate silver threadwork. The neckline is a subtle off-the-shoulder design, while the sleeves are sheer, long, and billowing, ending in these black lace gloves. Her mask matches Strahd's perfectly, though her half covering the left side of her face, as if they took one mask and split it down the middle. She wears a choker, black velvet, with the Ravenloft pendant adorning the front, and her high-heeled boots are making enough noise for the two of them as they make it to the top of the marble staircase, as the crowd begins to part in silence, leaving them a perfect path to the throne. You can see they walk arm in arm as the music begins to crescendo, spinning each other in between strides as they make their way to the dais. Thank you for such a beautiful entrance. I hope you all found yourselves lost amongst the music and merriment of the night. One and all, today is not just about anonymity and delighting in the mysteries of one another. Today is also about the deepest connection one can have with another individual. Today is about love. However, some might say love is the greatest mystery of all. The way it weaves itself through time and molds itself within each and every individual has had philosophers questioning the emotion for centuries and centuries to come. We can't deny, though, love is the one thing we all crave. And I am here to introduce you all to mine. As he looks over longingly, a look you have never seen upon Strahd's face. His face wrinkles with a smile, and it makes it feel like it has been ages since he's expressed this emotion, as the woman shyly tucks her bright red hair behind her ear. Irina Koliana, my beloved fiancé. As the crowd begins to cheer, as Strahd's hand extends to ensure that Irina is placed safely in her seat, so as to not ruin her attire, as he embarks down the steps once more to check on his attendees, his food, his workers, and the overall joy of the masquerade. Though walking through the crowd, Strahd takes notice of you, Zielle. And you see first a sense of shock, followed by curiosity.
I'll smile.
He smiles in return as he passes you. Surprised to see you back so soon, as he continues to glide across the floor.
Bet you are. What's Ismark's reaction to this?
Theren, you can see the tightest grip upon his glass of wine, as if he is about to shatter the glass himself before he looks over at you. You're a fucking liar.
Ismark, I swear.
Don't speak.
Settle.
I don't want to hear a single goddamn
Ismark?
fucking word out of your mouth. You promised her safety. You promised me that she was...
It can't be her. We just saw her in safety.
I don't know any other redheads throughout Barovia.
It has to be a ruse. It can't be real.
He said her name, her full fucking name.
I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
Then prove I'm wrong. Before I... prove I'm wrong.
I will. If you are right, I'll get her back. I've kept her safe this whole time. I promise you that.
Yeah, clearly. As he turns away and begins to walk towards the outskirts of the Masquerade Hall.
Nobody's near Irina?
She is all alone atop the dais.
As long as nobody is really keeping their attention on me, I do want to try to go over to Irina.
As you make your way through the crowds and reach the dais, our other group reaches the tippy top of the stairs in the main hall.
Okay. I'm gonna look around for guards, check the front door situation.
No guards down here on the first floor. The front door is closed.
I'm open to other ideas, but I think I'm going to just open the front door as if I had too much to drink and I'm feeling sick and I need to go outside just for a moment. And our friend can follow.
Give me a performance check.
Guidance.
How about a 28?
Oh my lord!
Oh my god!
There is a near instant emotion switch from Esmeralda as she now begins to... It's almost like she took off her wooden leg and is hobbling across the floor. She pulls open on this heavy iron ring to open the main doors of the castle. And Esmeralda, you too feel it. The heavy rainfall, the thunder in the distance, the lightning illuminating the sky as this wind rushes inward at you. You see it as well, the drawbridge straight up and down as a voice from nowhere. Should I just wait outside?
You have an hour, but Emil, your options. I look like I'm trying to hold in vomit. Just kind of bent over, talking to the ground. Your options are to go around, wait near the stables. I believe there are some stables to the back left. I glanced when I came in. Wait until guests begin to leave, hopefully within the hour. Whenever the first carriage leaves, you follow.
Okay.
But if it is more than an hour, you will not stay invisible.
Okay. No, that's I can work with that. Invisible for an hour.
Right, if it is perhaps, I don't know if you have a way of, you're good with counting time, but if you feel the time is almost up, you check the bridge and see if you can drop it yourself.
Noted. I think I can do a lot in that time. Thank you.
Or you can stay with us and Go back in the castle.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Emil, well, I wish you luck. I cannot imagine Strahd had a bad person in the dungeon down there. So I hope I got you past the worst of it. And I hope you make it back to Velaki.
Good luck with the rest of your night.
I will reach out towards the direction of the voice to shake a hand.
You will feel a forearm clasp handshake from Emil.
Around. I'm gonna wobble over to a planter and fake vomit.
Dahlia and Alizzato, as you find yourselves in the main hall, watching Esmeralda lead a hopefully safe man outside, you feel a shiver, a cold come over the main hall. As from your south, you see Strahd waltzing arm in arm with a woman. As they pass you, Strahd takes note of Esmeralda at the castle entrance. You both might want to get her some water. As he begins to guide the woman up the stairs as you hear the announcement come from above. And for today, that is going to be a wrap for us.
Guys, we're so close. We're so close. We can almost
So
touch
close.
each
We are cooked. Chat,
You
we're
made me
cooked.
the worst liar.
Oh.
Alrighty, y'all. We will see you in 2 weeks as our group is finally reunited.
Yeah.
We will see you in 2 weeks. Back for the tail end, potentially, of the Masquerade as the night begins to reach its peak. We'll see y'all then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I swear to God, if that's Irina, I'm gonna kill her myself.